Welcome to the third episode of this Quercus Tribe TV channel. This episode is going to be all about cooking with Acorn. And if you saw my introduction video, you saw how I processed acorn into eatable flour, which is very important because they do contain anti-nutrients, so you don't want to eat them raw. So after 2 weeks of soaking the flour in water in the refrigerator, I basically just drained the remaining water out. I placed the wet flour in a cheesecloth. I squeezed out the remaining water and I put it on some sheets in my dehydrator to dry and store for later use. But some of the flour I used right away to make one of my absolute favorite recipes, which would be my acorn pancakes. Fairly simple one, but truly delicious. And I went out to share it with some friends to see how they reacted on trying acorn for the first time, a plant that most people are very familiar with but have never tried to eat. So let me show you how it went. So finally it's time to make some acorn pancakes. And I got my acorn flour here, still with the water in it. And the first thing I need to do is just to get the water out. I'm trying to get out all the precious acorn flour, and I'm just gonna kind of squeeze it out here, all the water. So I'm gonna put my acorn flour in the bowl here. I think when you work with ingredients that you've been harvesting and processing yourself, you really don't want to waste anything, so I'm always much more clean in my cooking, in the sense that I don't want to waste a single part of it. So I'm gonna add in a couple of eggs. I'm gonna pop up the beer, give it a bit of moisture here, and whisk it together. Whoop. A bit more here. Yeah. All right. It's definitely gonna have some salt. Add a bit of sugar. And just a little bit of vanilla here. And I like to add a bit of the citrus shell here, just to give it a touch of that citrus flavor. There we go. So now I need the most important ingredient maybe to make it like real pancakes, because normally when you eat pancakes they have this kind of flexible texture to it, which is caused by the gluten usually in the wheat flour, which is so amazing because it's like a glue that binds it all together and give it this delicious flexible texture, which you don't get with acorn. They basically, it's really hard for them to stay together if you only use acorn flour. Organic tapioca starch, it have very much the same texture as flour high in gluten would have. Really binds it together, but it's made out of the cassava root, which is not a grain. It doesn't have any gluten. It's pretty good to eat, so I want to add just a bit of that in it to bind it all together and give it this recognizable flexible texture of the pancakes. Looks like pure cocaine. All right. Get a bit more. There we go. So now we get into the best part. I'm gonna take the batter with me here, and I'm gonna prepare it on a campfire out in the beautiful sunny weather today. I'm gonna share it with some friends and see how they like my specialty. All right, let's go. Chop it.
I like that with you.
All right. Taste
Yes, please.
with some maple syrup.
Okay. Wow, this is exciting. Thank you.
Hey, you want an acorn pancake?
Yeah, man.
Thank you. So this is
Have you tried acorn before?
no,
No.
actually not. First time. It's got like a chewiness, a bit of texture,
Yeah.
like also gratiness, but like it's so nice chewing through. It's like pancakes, man. What's acorn?
I have some acorn pancakes
Acorn
for you, man.
It's acorn from the fucking tree. Okay, so it's not like
You
gluten.
know the oak trees, right?
Yeah. Does it have any gluten? No.
No, nothing.
All right,
That's
cool.
the
I'm
thing.
down.
This is like pure health food, you know.
God damn.
He picked
It's,
it, he like
um,
soaked it, he
It's
ground
quite
it
amazing.
himself.
It's very dense in nutrition compared to other flowers. So
Wow, it looks freaking.
it's really quite healthy pancake.
It's
and-
delicious too, man.
And you're also doing it on the fire. That's super cool.
Try it out.
Dude, it's like what? Eating a tree.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow.
Howdy, howdy. Man. Der er yummy stuff på panden. Holy shit!
You like it?
It's
I love it.
amazing, isn't it?
What the fuck?
Wow.
It's beautiful. Can you feel the acorn flavor in it?
Somehow, yeah.
I'm really sure what acorn tastes like. I have cooked my food on a hobo fire. Never tasted nothing so good.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't no lie.
That's a great taste.
Yeah.
Is the pancake made out of acorn? You have it. It's really good.
Thank you.
Acorn from the oak tree.
Yeah. It's really good.
What? Det has the consistency of tapioca.
So there you have your egg.
Voila! Instant manifestation.
So that was a little visual taste of acorn as a food. I really hope I could inspire somebody to try out acorn for themselves. And maybe even one day replace some of their grain consumption with acorn. Not only is it more healthy, more tasty, but it would also be much better for our natural landscape. Just imagine if we could replace all monoculture, the one-year crops that is occupying most of our agricultural land and is depleting our soil and is in need of chemical fertilizers and pesticides to be sustained, which in turn is polluting our most precious resource, the water that we all depend on. Imagine if we could plant oak trees on those huge pieces of land and would eventually turn into forests that would allow nature to flourish once again. Forests that could become safe habitat for many animal species and insects and would allow biodiversity and abundance. The same oak forest could be used for livestock and other kind of agriculture such as berry bushes, fruit trees, beehives for honey production. Now, what an amazing utopia that would be, huh? And you might think, hey, snap out of it, back to reality. But reality was only a thought that got manifested into existence at one point. So, what are we waiting for? We can just eat ourselves out of this mess. It's gonna be delicious.